Right, the frustrating case of Ian Garry. What we've got here is a proper enigma. On one hand, the man has got a warrior spirit, the kind that's been missing from most MMA fighters in recent years. On the other hand, he might be the most annoying bloke on the entire planet. Let me tell you what makes Ian Garry so baffling. The man has got the skills, you can't disagree. He's good, he's got great striking, and in his last fight we got to see a bit of grappling. He's no Dagestani, but he's solid enough to call him well-rounded. Oh, and it turns out he's got the balls to back it up. In a division where most fighters are ducking each other like they think they're in some sort of John Jones lookalike contest, Ian Garry is actually out here saying yes to fights that most people are running a mile from. Look at the Shavkat situation. Shavkat Rakhmonov, the boogeyman of the welterweight division, a man who to that point had finished every single one of his opponents, a man who most welterweights would rather go on a podcast with Bryce Mitchell than fight, and who steps up to take it on short notice? It's only Ian Garry, innit? And yes, he might have lost, but he did well and he made Shavy Baby look beatable. In fact, in that fight, even though Shavkat won, it was Garry's stock that rose and Shavkat's that went down. And now he's fighting Carlos Protez next, a properly dangerous prospect who's still largely untested at the top level. For Ian, it's a high-risk, low-reward fight that most ranked guys would be avoiding like a drug test. But not our Ian. He's game as they come. Even in the MVP fight, he took it without hesitation. Now, don't get me wrong, the fight did end up showing that maybe his striking ain't quite the level he thinks it is. But the point is, the man took the fight. He stepped up. Now, here's where things get frustrating. Because on paper, this is exactly the type of fighter we should all be getting behind. Except, well, it's Ian Garry, isn't it? I mean, where do we even begin with all the fucking walking cringe compilation? I won't go too far indeed. Maybe it's the fact that he's about as original as a Chinese iPhone. The man literally copied McGregor's walkout strut in his UFC debut. Mate, we saw the original. We don't need the fucking Poundland version. The sad part is there's a photo floating around of young Garry standing starry-eyed next to Conor McGregor as a fan, which would have been really inspirational if he had just gone and found his own personality. But no, instead we got McGregor cover band. And there's all the other shit which I won't go too far into. The Neil Magny situation, all of the cuckery, writing a fucking hit list and then posting it onto Instagram. Him and his Disney villain wife trying to outsmart the internet. Threatening to sue fighters and content creators. I mean, it's never a good look, is it? It's all crazy, yeah? But even with all of that shit, we could probably get past it. But the guy is as likeable as a wet fart in an elevator. Every time he opens his fucking mouth. The worst part is, I want to like him. When you don't hear him talk for a bit and you kind of forget about it, I keep almost becoming a fan. Based on, like his activities as a fighter. When he agreed to fight Shavkat, when I saw on my phone that he signed to fight Protez, I found myself nodding in respect. Particularly now, his warrior spirit is exactly what this sport needs. But then he opens his goddamn mouth, or posts on social media, or does literally anything outside of fighting, and it all comes crashing down. He as a person is just so irritating. Or is it just me? Can you let me know in the comments if you feel the same way I do? I mean, the Protez fight should be great. Both men are likely to want to keep it mainly striking, and both men are good strikers. We might see Protez tested a little bit with the wrestling, which will be interesting. Protez has looked really good in his last few fights, but this is clearly a significant step up in competition. If Protez does beat Garry, I mean, it's officially time for us all to get properly excited about him. On the other hand, if Garry wins, I mean, it's not too crazy to start thinking about title shots or at least title eliminators. It's just so frustrating. The man with the heart of a lion and the personality of a TikTok influencer. A savage trapped inside the most annoying man alive. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a sub, check out this playlist for recent bangers. I'll see you next time.